Hello everybody, my name is Tanks135, and I really enjoy Megaman Battle Network. So when I found out a Legacy Collection was coming out, I had to get it. And then, DemiD, a streamer, did a tournament. So of course I'm gonna participate in that. Called it the Beast Cup. So I got myself a folder ready with a bunch of chips that I figured would not be doing too much at the tournament. I figured I wouldn't do too well, but then I also got my Navi customizer ready, and I signed up for the tournament. And this is how it went. But before we talk about that, there's something very important with my customizer. You see up here, right at the top? That's right, right there. I'm only supposed to have 4 program types in it, and I had 6. And this makes a certain bug, which basically means that I get a status effect for 10 seconds at the beginning of every match, and this is going to become very important later. So here's my first match against Calesian, and my normal plan would be to use Ice Seed to make his field ice, and then use Aqua Cross to freeze him. And I think about doing that, and so I get that set up to do, and then I'm also looking at all the other chips that I have, but there's a timer up in the corner, and I completely forget to look at it. And so it ends, and I don't have any chips or anything. I'm just stuck trying to use my Mega Buster, and here's the status effect. I have the Confused status effect for 10 seconds, which means that all of my controls are switched. They're backwards. So I break all the panels in my side of the field in preparation for my next move. And so I grab the Snake, which will allow me to do a lot of damage to him. And I grab Ice Seed and Dive Man, which will let me attack him now as well. So snakes will pop up out of the holes. And so I do that, and I do damage to him. And then I grab Dive Man. And I thought that it would work, but I completely forgot that the panels have to be there for the wave to come out of it. And that would have done double damage, but I forgot about that. And he had put on Life Aura. So I put down the Ice Seed, which basically means that now he's stuck using just 4 corners, and grab Aquaman. And I need to do 200 damage to him to actually break that Life Aura that he has. So I don't have any chips that do 200 damage here. And I forgot about Tengu Cross, that will do 200 damage with a fully charged, so instead I use Aquaman. He does a fast gauge, which allows him to pull up the custom screen sooner. And so I'm just trying to freeze him with Aqua Cross, but it's not working. So now I'm gonna have to move, and I remember Tengu Cross, so I switch to Tengu Cross, and then I grab Area Steal, which will let me take some of his area, and I also take Lance, which will allow me to attack him when he's on the back. Because he can only be on the back or the front because of those ice panels. He's stuck with only 4 places that he can be in, and he tries to use Judgment, and he misses because of that ice panel. So he uses his Boomerang, which doesn't do anything for his panels. But the custom gauge opens up before I use my chips, and so I'm trying to decide now whether or not to use my chips or not. And I decide to, because I did get rid of his aura, so I decide to just, use them and switch over to Tomahawk Cross because of the extra range that I get. And so I use a Yo-Yo here, which does 2 attacks on him, and he doesn't move out of the way, so I mean, I'll take that free attack. Why not? And so here I'm going to use, this is going to allow me to take just 1 of his panels, which is all that I need to really get into a good position in order to do a lot of damage with Tomahawk Cross, as well as a Meteor. And what Meteor does is, it is a screen dimming chip that he cannot react to, and he just has to tank. So that's another 80 damage. And so he's using Charge, and he's just working to try and do that. And I actually freeze him because I countered him. I hit him as he was trying to attack. So then I grab my Circle Gun, which will allow me to hopefully shoot him for 150 damage, because, I mean, that's free damage. I will take it. And he beasts out here, which will give him more panel control, and I miss my Circle Gun because he tried to attack me with his sword. Absolutely terrible. But I still do have Tomahawk Cross, so I'm still just trying to use that. I grab Geddon here, and fix. So I have bugs on right now. As you can see, my health is slowly going down. And I didn't know what this does. I didn't know that if you attack it, it attacks you back. So I just attacked that, and that was not a good idea. And I forget to use my chips. So instead of actually doing anything, I just keep the chips that I have because I want to use these chips. But so get in here. He uses Meteor, which does double damage against me as Tomahawk Cross. So that is unfortunate, very unfortunate. It also takes me out of Tomahawk Cross. But I use Geddon here. Now that I'm in this front area, he cannot do anything. He can't attack me at all. And then I also use Bug Fix to fix the bugs. And so my damage is not slowly ticking down anymore. And then I can use Snake. And what this means is that is 9 panels, each panel doing 30 damage to him. That's going to be a lot of damage. And so he finishes customizing, he grabs Slash Cross, which still can't get me because of that situation that we're in right there. And I use Snake and do 190 damage to him. And then I use Panel Grab to grab one more panel on his area, because that'll just make it that much more harder for him to just try and work around anything. And so finally we have Uninstall, which I didn't understand how it worked. So instead of using it, I thought that Uninstall was on chip, which you'll see later. But what I do here is I switch to Ground Cross, I think, and I also get Roll, because I was hoping Roll would hit, but it does not because we are right above one another. And Ground Cross I switch to because it'll allow me to duck and then also jump up and attack after he attacks. So I grab some more Area Steal, and I try to attack him there, and I miss. And so I grab these front panels, and I wait for him, and he doesn't do much, but I have a Meteor Knuckle and a Yo-Yo. So I want to hit the Yo-Yo first, because Yo-Yo is, I mean, it's not a bad ship. He does have an anti-damage though, so, and then he also fixes all of his chips, or, oh, it was an anti-sword. So he does, I try to hit him with the Yo-Yo and I miss, and he does 200 damage to me, but I have the Meteor Knuckle, and that is just gonna absolutely take out of his health, and he's just stuck on that one place. So I win. I win the first match. So this is best out of 3, so we have our next match, and this time I don't have anything specific, so I'm gonna use Ice, Seed, and Aqua like I planned. And then I'm also gonna use Area Steal and Dive Man. So first thing I do is I toss out the Ice Seed. And he uses Life Aura. Now he has 200 HP shield. And so then I use Area Grab. And he is stuck in 4 corners still, and I use Dive Man, which should do double damage against him, but it doesn't because of that Life Aura, which sucks up what it would be normally, which is 130. So because of that Life Aura, nothing happens, and so I have to switch over to Tengu Cross in order to get rid of it. And this is why I don't want to use Life Aura first move, because then my opponent still has their Tengu Cross to get rid of it. You want to use Life Aura after the Tengu Cross is gone. So I'm just sitting here trying to get that Life Aura out of the way, and he is just trying to charge attack me, but he can't because of the ice panels. And so when customizing time comes, I don't actually do anything because I want to keep the chips that I have. He uses Wind Rack, which pushes me back, and then uses Double Point, so his next attack will do double damage, but I have more space. But it means that he can't dodge any of my attacks pretty much now, because my shot just shoots all of those, and so does the lance. And then also these 2 attacks, these moon attacks, these moonblade attacks, he can't really dodge them. And so I do one right after the other, and then I get back here and just, he cannot attack me. He can't hit me at all. So I'm just getting free damage in here. And so here's where I try to do it. So I try to use the chip the uninstall chip, and it doesn't work, and I'm not sure why. The reason why is because it actually needs to be paired up with another chip, with another non-dimming chip, so like a cannon or something. And he uses Proto Man, which takes me out of Tengu Cross, and so we're just bustering it now. And I have Panel Grab and Yo-Yo, and so what I do is I take Life Aura because I like having that 200 HP barrier. He's on Gregar, so he's not gonna have Tengu Cross. He does have other things, but he can't actually really attack me much right now. And he uses an anti-damage, but because it's just 100 HP, not 200, it doesn't do anything. So I'm just attacking him with my Tomahawk right now, and I grab a Geddon so that to hold him still. Not that it really matters, he can't move much anyway, but my hope is that I'll get a snake in my next group of attacks, and then all this happens, and he gets all of his area back. And so now I'm really happy that I have that Geddon, but do I want to do something else, or do I want to still use the Geddon? And yes, I want to use the Geddon. I decide that I want to keep the Geddon. He uses Fast Gauge, which is good for me. It means I'll get to my custom screen faster. And he uses Panel Return to get rid of the ice panels, as well as Guardian, which I know what it does now. I use Geddon, and so he is stuck back there in that back corner now. And I still attack the Guardian for some reason. Don't know why. But I can't actually move on these panels, so I just grab Area Grab and Panel Grab and Bug Fix. I'm just gonna try and get as much area as I can right now in preparation for the next group, and fix my bugs so that I don't have any health that I'm losing anymore. And so now I'm just waiting. We're both just waiting here. So I charge up an attack, getting ready, and then I see Meteor. And that is gonna do a lot of damage since he's in the back row. He has so little room to move. So he is still customizing. What I probably should have done was grab the snake, because my Geddon is not gonna last long enough. But he uses Bug Fix to get rid of his bugs, but it doesn't matter because I still am gonna do a lot more damage to him with Meteor. And then I use Roll right after, and this is something that I keep doing. I keep using one chip right after the other, even though the person has invincibility and doesn't take any damage. It's a mistake that I keep making. And so he uses Wide Blade, does some damage to me, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Geddon I no longer have, which I really don't like, but oh well. So I try to use Panel Grab here, but he moves forward, probably to attack me, but oh well. And so then I use another Geddon that I had, and I should have waited for the custom gauge to be filled up some more, but he uses Sun and Moon, which is gonna miss, because I am right next to him on the panel. As far as the Sun Moon hits 2 panels ahead, I'm 1 panel ahead of him, so then I can use 2 Stinks, one right after the other. And there's a lot of area that I'm going to be hitting him with.
Here
so
we are,
still
next
customizing.
match against Garrett Hate 12.
And
why does
I'm
he
just
hate
waiting
12?
here
I don't know.
Finish
But
customizing.
I'm going to use Ice Seed and Aqua
And then I use my first snake.
Yes.
And this is all that I need.
Okay.
I just need that first snake. And I win. Here's my next match against Garrett Hates 12. Why does he hate 12? I don't know. But I'm going to use Ice Seed and Aqua Cross again. This is just how I start. And I'm also going to use Wide Shot, which is a water type move, so I can shoot across the entire thing and hit him, no matter where he is. So his field is about to change drastically. I have some poison panels on my field, which is not great. And he uses Elecman, which is also really not great, because what Elecman will do is it's double damage against Aqua Cross. He also uses Fan here, which pulls me forward and makes me miss my ice panel, which I really don't like. And that Fan also gets in the way of my Wide Shot. But I do hit him with Dive Man, which is also a water type move, so he still freezes. And so seeing as he has Elecman, I gotta switch from Aqua Cross. I don't like that double damage that might happen. So I switch, and I have Tomahawk Cross now, which is strong against Elec. And so I use Area Grab to just get more area. I just want as much area as I can get. And I use Bug Fix so that I don't have these bugs really early on. And he uses Erase Man. And what Erase Man will do is it will freeze me in place. So I really don't want this to hit. And it hits, which is most unfortunate. But I forgot, Tomahawk Man doesn't have any of that. Tomahawk Man doesn't get frozen in place, so I am still good. So I use my meteors to do a lot of damage to him, because he only has, it shoots 30 meteors, but he hits me with Element Man, and it does hit, so I get taken out of my cross, out of that cross, because he hits me with Fire Element, which is unfortunate. And he had an anti-damage, which was also unfortunate. And Roll hit while he was in the air, which is even more unfortunate. So none of those chips that I had gotten hit at all. At this point, I have 700 damage HP. He has 1,000. I'm not liking how this is looking. But I do have another Area Grab. And Geddon. So he moves backward, which is exactly what I want. But uses an Area Grab, which is not at all what I want. So I grab my Area Grab again, which is unfortunate, because I just have the same amount of area that I had before, and he uses Area Grab again, which I don't want, but I use Geddon, so he's stuck up there in that corner now. And we're just stuck here, we're just looking at each other, but I have 2 snakes, and an Area Grab. So what do? Do I use my snakes or my Area Grab? And I decided to use my snakes because all the field is gone already. I should have used Tengu Cross as well, so that I could get that last one, but I hit him for 200 damage, and I forget about invincibility frames and do my other snake right away, which I think it cost me this match actually, because that extra 200 damage I would have won. So he uses Elec Man, and it misses because I'm not right up against the border. You have to be right next to Elec Man for it to hit. And so he sends out another Bubble Wrap, which is a super annoying chip, I'm gonna be honest. It'll wrap you up, and then with Elec Man it'll do double damage, but it misses. But this one hits, unfortunately, and does double damage. But I had just healed 300, so I'm still pretty good. I tried to use a Panel Grab, but it hits him instead. So then I'm trying to figure out what to do. I have 80 damage heal, which isn't much really, but I mean it's something. And I also have Ground Man. So I put on Ground Man, he puts on Slash Man, which Slash Man can do tons of damage. It's just insane the amount of damage, and uses base. I hate this chip. This chip killed me so many times, and it does away with me. This first match. Done. I'm done. I hate the base chip so much. So, next match comes up. Battle 2s begin. And so, I once again, I see it in Aquaman. I'm kind of worried that he's going to use Elec Man, but I still want him to not really have too much movement. If he can only move on 4 of the panels, that would be great. And he does not use Elec Man, which is amazing. That's exactly what I want. He does do something, whether that's anti-sword or anti-damage, I don't know. And so, I do an Area Grab here to just get as much as I can, and a Panel Grab, but he moves into the way! And so I'm stuck here now. And he hits me with the shield, which makes me stuck. And instead of crossing out of it, I decide to just stay stuck, stay frozen for some reason. And so he hits me with a machine gun, which is not great. And then I use Life Orb so that I can hopefully have a little bit of protection. And as you can see, he is still stuck with not too much movement. He can't do too much. And he's also staying in the back row, so I can use Lance to attack him. Since he's just gonna sit back there, I might as well attack him with this. And he tries to use invisible, but I use Rush, and so he's stuck, and I use Lance. Boom. But then he uses Sanctuary, and this cuts down all of my attacks on him, 50%. And he uses full customizer as well, which I don't want at all. So I grab this chip again, and I miss it again because I didn't realize how it is used. And no matter what I do, he's gonna take half damage, which is completely unfortunate. So I use Geddon, but we are right in front of each other. But I have a shield, he does not, so I decide, you know what, let's try and use Erase Man. I'm not gonna use my Area Grabs because I can't really do much with that rock cube there. So I'm gonna try and use Erase Man, try and get him frozen, and then just try and hit him with my Buster. And I switch to Tomahawk Cross in case he switches to Elecman, which he does. So I'm still in the lead here, and I miss my Erase Man. So now I'm just charging up and just waiting for his iframes to go by. And I try to use my Tomahawk, and I do, and it takes him out of Elecman. Beautiful. That's just what I want to see. And so I grab one of my area steals, because he just took my area. I want it back. And so he switches to Heatman, which is strong against me. But he still has to get through my barrier. So I get that area back, and he uses Fan to pull me forward, and tries to trap me with Bubble Wrap. But once again, I have Tomahawk Cross. He can't trap me with that. So I do another hit on him. And then I'm trying to decide what to do. Do I use Meteor Knuckle? Do I not? What do I use? I finally decide to use Meteor Knuckle. So I use Meteor Knuckle, but he cuts in with a Fan. No, wait, I cut in on his Fan with Meteor Knuckle. 400 damage to him right there. If this plays out well, I still have 1,000 damage. Hopefully I can do something. Oh, but he hits me with Elecman, which is not gonna do too much. I'm still okay. And I hit him with my yo-yo. I hit him twice. He has 200, I have 700. I can win this still. But I need to get in order to use those snakes, and I completely forget about that. So these snakes are just gonna be wasted, which is most unfortunate. And he puts on an anti-damage. So now I use a panel grab. Just grab that panel, why not? And Snake, there's not much I can do about Snake. And he uses base. I have 761 damage here, guys. And I'm almost dead. There's nothing I can do right now. He hits me once. I'm just trying to dodge as much as I can, and I accidentally dodged right into him. And that's it. And here we are, Dr. Bustas. Here we go. So, what am I gonna do? First move that I'm gonna make is gonna be my normal move. Ice Seed, Aqua Cross. I want to get him frozen if I can. I also grab Crush shot so that I can hopefully get 150 damage on him. Why not? But I get the most unfortunate status effect. I have blindness. I have no idea where he is. I'm shooting at random here, just trying to attack him. Evidently, he tries to use invisibility, so I know where he is now, and he should be frozen. But the custom screen's open, which means that he could be unfrozen. And I still have a couple seconds of blindness afterwards, because I have 10 seconds of blindness. It is most unfortunate that I got this roll. He uses area grab, takes up so much of my space, and he has Slash Cross, which does an absolute ton of damage. And Circle Gun, so I tried to use Circle Gun, but I miss it, and he still has his barrier on, which is unfortunate, his first barrier. Of course, I haven't gotten hit either. Right there, I lose my barrier. Unfortunate. He tries to use Erase Man, and misses. And I still have not made him lose his barrier yet. I really do not want him to have all of my space though, so I grab this panel grab so that I can just take one of his panels, hopefully. That'll keep it so that if he uses another area grab, it won't take away all of my area. So I move to the middle, use panel grab. Boom. And so he is... I finally get his fast barrier down. I can finally do damage to him. And I do 100 damage right there. But then he uses Lance! I completely forgot about that battle chip. And so it just hits me in the back and pushes me forward. And here I'm trying to figure out, what do I want to do? Do I want to switch into something else? I don't know. Maybe not. I have area grab. I decide to switch into ground cross, as that allows me to dodge attacks. And so he's back in the back again. I use area grab. He uses Sanctuary. But I got 2 of his Sanctuary panels, so I have less damage on these 2 Sanctuary panels, and I am able to charge up and hit him. Somewhat accidentally, because he went straight into that. But the thing is, it seems like he has a bug where he can only move on the 4 corners of his area anyway, which is actually really nice for me, because it means that even though there's Sanctuary panels, I don't have to worry, because Ice Seed is basically still in play. He switches into Train Car Cross, I forgot the name, Charge Cross, that's it, and uses a panel grab. And then I use Bug Fix to get rid of my slow HP losing bug, and I'm trying to figure out when to hit him with this Moon Knife, and I miss it. He charges up and he goes forward, but I miss the Moon Knife. So I'm just trying to hit him with my Ground Cross, and I miss it, and he hits me. Plays me like a fiddle. So I have my area grab, but in order to use it, I'm basically just using it to grab 1 piece of area, which is most unfortunate. So I use my area grab. Or no, sorry, he uses anti-damage. I use my area grab. There we go. And now I want to hit him with my yo-yo. And he uses roll. No, why? Why? That health steal. Why did he have to use roll there? I am at 600 health, and he uses invisible, which means I can't actually hit him right now. So I'm trying to figure out what to do. I have a race man. I can try and make him stuck, perhaps. I can't use uninstall, it won't work. So I grab Tengu Cross. Hopefully I can do damage against him with Tengu Cross. That would be very nice. And I tried to use Race Man, or no, sorry, he uses more anti-damage of some sort. Anti-sword, anti-damage, one of the 2. And he's just going all over the screen. And he uses Tengu Man, which is gonna hit me twice and absolutely hurts. And I tried to use Erase Man, but he had anti-Navi, so he gets to use Erase Man instead. Thankfully, where I am, it misses. No way for it to hit me. So now I'm just trying to hit him with whatever I can. I'm at 400, he's at 1400. This is not looking good for me at all. Of course, it is possible for me to come back. At the same time, I don't know if I'm gonna make it back. So I grab Snake, or sorry, not Snake. I grab Lance, and I use Lance, and so that's some, and he uses the chip. I hate this chip so much. I hate it so much. There's nothing I can do, and it just does so much damage. I hate it so much. Anyway, first game gone. Time for the second battle. So, what am I gonna do? I have Bug Fix here. And so I grab my Ice Seed and Aqua Cross, and then I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do. Do I want to use Circle Gun? Well, I want to use Bug Fix. I want to get rid of that HP loss bug as quickly as possible. So I grab Bug Fix, and I'm getting ready to go, and I throw my seed, and I have Confusion, which is unfortunate. And so he tries to use Invisibility, Rush goes, which I was hoping would take care of the barrier, turns out it doesn't. Then he uses Panel Grab, which is also unfortunate. I use Bug Fix, so I don't have that bug anymore, but now if I try to use Circle Gun, and he cuts in with a anti-damage chip. Also unfortunate. I do hit him and get rid of his shield. So that's 150 damage just to get rid of a barrier. I haven't done basically no damage to him yet, and I'm already down 100 health. I don't like this, but I do have 2 area steals. I'm going to use them. I'm going to try and get some area. I still have Aqua Cross in, so maybe, but then he switches to Elect Cross, and I know, oh no, I'm in trouble. And he uses Bug Fix. I know, oh no, I'm in big trouble, because he can move around now. And it turns out that Elect Cross isn't stopped by ice panels, or rather, slides over ice panels. And so, then he uses Invisible, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do here? I can't attack. And he gets his area back with Area Grab, and then gets that one panel back again with Panel Grab, and once again, I don't have enough chips to really do anything. So I'm going to try and freeze him, and also get him with Tomahawk Cross. So I switch over to Tomahawk Cross, and I try and use Wide Wave, but I forget that he was in invincibility frames. Not only that, I use Lance right after, and then he uses Roll. So my trigger finger was really bad here because of that. and he's staying in the back panel where I cannot hit him, which is unfortunate. I do have my protection with the 200 HP protection, which I want to get in this next. He switches to Charge Cross, which does double damage against Tomahawk Cross, but I grab my Urit in, so I have 200 HP, basically, that I can just work with. And so I just do damage to him. I'm just swinging away, just trying to do as much as I can. I have a panel grab as well, and I'm not sure, but then he heals. He has full HP again, and I miss both of my Moonblades. So I use a panel grab there, and I'm trying to figure out when do I want to use that, and Geddon. And so I use Geddon here, and wreck the field, because that's what Geddon does. And I grab Snake, and I grab Recover 80. And what I should have done was grab Tengu Cross, but I did not. So he tries to use Sanctuary, but I use Snake first. So he has all of his panels back now, though, which is most unfortunate, because I'm stuck here, and he does double damage against me right now. But he doesn't move for some reason. He's charging up, and it's because I can hit him as well. And I hit him, but he has Element Trap, which gets rid of my 200 HP barrier, which is most unfortunate. And he uses Lance to try and push me forward so that he can hit me with his charge, but he misses his charge. So now I use Area Steal. Or maybe I don't. I don't know what to do. This is not looking great. He has more than double my HP. So I grab Roll, hoping to get some of his HP, and turn it into mine. And so I get Roll, and Roll does damage to him. That's great. At least he doesn't have more than double anymore. He has Ground Man though. That's gonna hit me multiple times, and it's gonna hurt. And so now I'm like, oh no. No. This is bad. This is not looking great. And I stand behind that, and he uses Tengu Man, but it misses because I'm in the upper corner. So I'm breaking these panels in front of me so that he cannot actually hit me with Charge Cross. That's my plan, but I go up and he hits me and I go right into it. So that's double damage. I'm at 400 HP. I'm not feeling good. And so do I use my yo-yos? Do I use Knuckle? I don't want to use Knuckle unless he's in the back without much area to work with. But what do I do? What am I doing? We're gonna switch to Ground Man, because that way I can dodge his attacks. And so we switch over to Ground Man, and we hit him with our first yo-yo. And he uses base. And I know, that's it. I'm done. There we go. That was the end of my journey. I lost. Overall, I really enjoyed the tournament. Congratulations to Lagama for winning it. And check out DemiD Your MC, link in the description below. He's on YouTube and Twitch. And yeah, if you guys want more content like this, I can definitely do it. Just let me know in the comments. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Buenzilla, this is my official challenge to you for a net battle. We did not have our battle, and I want to have it. I do not like losing by forfeit. This is a challenge. Fight me.